Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Xenonauts 2 Early Access, Milestone 3, as the invasion continues. Though today we're actually getting pretty close to having Excommunicado up and running. As you can see, we're just 3 days out from getting these hangars done. Then we can start constructing our second Sky Raider, plus another interceptor. And we've already got an assortment of troops transferring over. They should be there shortly, though. Then, of course, they'll be stuck there cooling their heels for a couple of weeks until that Sky Raider's up. But yeah, things are coming along. That said, let's drum up some business. We're also getting pretty close on that cleaner network progress. I figure 2 more quests should get us there. Hey, new recruits on site. Welcome to the Canuck, Walrund Kidwell, and Indiana Smith. May you live long and prosperous lives and not get cut down in your very first field mission. I make no promises. Nice to get Bunny's other half back in there, though. For those who've watched my older series, Amartya and Walrund are Bunny and Fox, regular fixtures in a lot of my Raider insert series. Classically, they like to work as a duo. As for Canuck, honestly, pretty decent stat spread across the board. I'm thinking he'll just be a heavy weapon Omni-Man. And then as for Indy, probably keep him as a rifleman, at least until we get those turn units up. And Exo Squad on site. Just sit tight, guys. And there's our hangars. All right. Let's get Sky Raider 2 in the works. Oof, though. Now that I'm looking at it again, I'm just realizing I overspent a little. We'll have to do some creative bookkeeping to get that interceptor going after. Is it every 30 or every 31 days we get paid? Day 60 is not that far out, relatively speaking. Warden armor's done. That's 4 sets. Alright, come on RNG, hit us with something profitable. And that's just basic gear for our interceptor. There's our second bank of generators. Gives us a little more wiggle room in Phoenix. And Sky Raider officially in production, though still a ways off. Alien magnetic weapons. There are a variety of different magnetic weapons employed by the extraterrestrials, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses, but all appear to utilize the same coil gun technology to accelerate their projectiles. The design is relatively straightforward. The barrel contains a linear arrangement of electromagnetic rings, which flip polarity as the bullet passes through them, first pulling it towards the ring, then pushing it away. High rates of fire remain possible, as the electronics in the gun can time this process to the microsecond. Aside from their greater muzzle velocity, magnetic weapons thus act much like conventional firearms. This even applies to their ammunition, which bears a striking resemblance to human equivalents, and inflicts almost indistinguishable wounds. I believe this is deliberate. The extraterrestrials almost certainly have access to more deadly weapons than these, as a coil gun is a relatively low-tech solution for a species capable of interstellar travel. One suspects they are sacrificing firepower for subterfuge. Sadly, the aliens have taken precautions to prevent us turning their own weapons against them. The trigger mechanism is DNA locked to the intended user, something easily defeated in a laboratory, but not on the battlefield. Nonetheless, we have still learned a great deal from studying them. Indeed, it should be relatively straightforward, even by the low standards of our engineering department, to manufacture similar electromagnets from alien alloys and create barrel accelerators that boost the damage of our own firearms. Very nice. So basically normal weapons, but with 10% extra damage and +5 armor pen. Also, fun to see they tossed in that DNA lock. Essentially the same plot point from XCOM 2 as to why we can't just grab and go with alien weaponry. And let's get another project going. Obviously, we want to get quantum teleportation done for that extra funding, but we've still got like 2 weeks on the clock. So I think we can afford to do some shorter ones first. And yeah, we're going to have to hold off on weapon upgrades. That'll have to wait until we have secured more funding. At which point we'll prioritize sniper rifles and shotties. Maybe upgraded mag cannons for the interceptors. We'll see how much we have to play with. Interrogation. Civilian. Having spent some time observing our captive, I feel I must express my admiration for your soldiers. Subduing such a fearsome beast could not have been easy. The civilian has been pacing the containment tube like a caged animal since it arrived, roaring furiously and throwing itself against the glass with such frequency that most of my staff have been forced to relocate to the other side of the laboratory. Basic communication was surprisingly simple to establish, as our captive has never been shy about demanding food whenever it is hungry, which is all the time. It speaks a rough, guttural language with a limited vocabulary that proved simple to translate. Sadly, extracting meaningful information has been difficult. Civilians appear closer in intelligence to apes than humans, which makes them rather poor conversationalists, and raises some awkward questions about how they came to possess starships. Testing their purported regenerative abilities proved more valuable. For once, it appears that battlefield reports have not been exaggerated. My observation suggests the captive is capable of healing damaged tissue at such an astonishing rate that the matter urgently warrants further research. Nonetheless, the process still takes several minutes to complete, an eternity on the battlefield. Finishing these creatures off quickly will prevent it from becoming an issue. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. So regen 20, we already saw that in action. But bad eyesight, that's good to know. Plus natural armor and weaponry. Though, obviously nothing we can't handle. Ooh, plus new research. Tissue regeneration. Which boosts our medical equipment. Okay. Well, I would love to do that, but I feel like quantum teleportation has to take precedence. Yeah, let's get that one going. Once we've got that banked, we can indulge in some other projects. That is one thing I have to look into, though, is whether the enemy's advancements are tied to our own. Like, do they get stronger when we advance the plot? Or do they follow their own separate track, independent of whatever we're doing? Because if it turns out that their growth is tied to our plot progression, I might slow roll future plot projects, just so we can eke out a little more time for our own growth before we nudge things along. Alright, let's get the new interceptor in production. 5 days, that's actually pretty quick. I do need to get some mag cannons in the works, though. We're already struggling against probes and scouts. There's no way our default interceptors can handle anything heavier. Not with their current loadouts. Though possibly once we double up. I mean, ultimately we want at least 2 interceptors at every base. Training center up at Exo? Sky Raider 2 on site. So technically, Exo is now battle ready. Well, once I do some fine-tuning, that is. Give me a sec, I'll get our guys loaded up. And we're back. Exo's rearmed and ready to go. And I went ahead and fine-tuned Phoenix as well. Tagged in a couple of our new arrivals. Canuck's still on the bench at the moment, but I'll tag him in on the next one. With the only thing that's not done being... Yes, there it is. Yeah, I sent half our stun guns and Warden armor over. Plus, of course, we've still got the Interceptor in the works. That's another few days out. But we're in good shape. I mean, we're running on fumes for funding, but we just have to make it 9 more days. Project should pop just before payday does, which I believe will immediately catapult us back up to 2 mil. Hey, here we go. Oh, alien abduction. In Latin America. That's gonna be Phoenix. Okay. Not my favorite mission type, but at least it's not an evac. This will also be a great field test for that new armor. Though, ideally, we won't be getting shot, but, you know. Alright, Raiders. To those who are about to die, etc., etc. And of course, we've done one of these before, so we've got a general idea of how it works. Split into 2 teams, try to keep moving. We need at least 5 rescues to hit that break-even point. I'm assuming escalation. We can probably expect more civilians. Here we go. Fairly sizable map. But we're in the corner. Albeit with a building full of blind spots right next to us. Let's get a peek outside. Tube out back. Nothing so far, but we've still got a lot of blind spots. Let's keep that door covered. And check right. Okay. Looks reasonably clear. Let's get Rook on Overwatch. And check windows. Okay. Gotta say, not finding people is actually making me more anxious than finding people would. Oh, wait. Secton. Secton? Yeah, that's a Secton. Well, that helps. Because now we know we are indeed up against low-end baddies. Sectons, maybe a couple of civilians for flavor. We'll just set up for now. Better secure our foothold. Yeah, I think we're good. Fingers crossed. Secton on the move. Ooh. Actually, just realized that one is slightly different. It actually has armor. That's why I almost didn't recognize it. So yeah, definite escalation. And down he goes. Secton Soldier. All the more reason for us to get those weapon upgrades going. Otherwise, we'll start falling behind the curve. The real trick, of course, being that our current advanced gear, Warden Armor and accelerated firearms, are clearly just an intermediary step. You know, they're better than our default gear, but we don't necessarily want to overcommit to them, because there is better stuff we'll unlock later down the line. But we have very finite amounts of resources to actually build this stuff with. Enemy in sight. Looks like another... No, that's a non-soldier. No armor. Still some blind spots, but I think we're clear. And Secton 2. Another non-com. Though non-com does not mean non-dangerous. They still have mag pistols. We'll hopefully tag them with reflex fire. But if not, we'll more aggressively clear them next round. Oof, I hate this. So many blind spots. Do we commit? Target in sight, non-com, and captive. Okay, I feel better now. Can we... No. Conveyors blocking the shot. We'll just set for now. Who hasn't gone yet? Bloody. Yeah, let's bring him around. All right, okay. Fingers crossed. Secton non-com. Ooh. And another? Pushing right up on us. Nice. Okay, so far so good. 4 Secton non-coms on the field. We've got to get Indy back into the fray. Clear the one in workshop. That's fine. Just hold. That's another one for the tally. Left side looking pretty secure. Let's whittle down right. Hi there. Oof. Okay, that's fine. Hold. Wish we had an assault over here. That's an easy cap. But Corpse still has its uses. Mark on Overwatch. And let's loop these two around. We'll regroup, then push train yard. Oh, snap. What is... Oh, I think that's got to be a Scion. Let's keep eyes on. Don't want to lose track of that thing. Oh, shit. Okay, well. Make that 2 Scions. Oh, gosh. Okay, Nolan's shield's out. Hunker down. Just hang tight, bud. We will try to get you out of there. Really wishing I'd packed smokes about now. Yeah, that's definitely a bad habit I've picked up in this game is, I keep dumping smokes and doubling up on flashbangs. Scion 3, far window. Just hang tight, Rook. As I think most of the more experienced raiders could tell you, I do have a bit of a bad habit of not planning for failure. Oh, God. Well... yeah, that... Well, Nolan, thanks for joining us. I'm sorry I got you mowed down on your very first field mission, but, hey, at least it was to something new, not like to an actual secton. You got... God damn it. Rest in peace, buddy. I'm sorry. Alright, now it is a mission of revenge. We have a Secton non-com on our left. We've got 2 Scions parked out back. Let's prep for breach. Oh, shit. Do we have a window of opportunity here? Risky, overextending. Should I really be doubling down on this? Fuck it, nuke him. Secton non-com in sight. We'll get Mark on that. Wall cleared. Target softened. All you, random. Target out. But still at least 2 in the wild. Bloody, can you land this shot? Nice. Alright, flank clear. Which just leaves 1 out back. That we are aware of. There might actually be more, but I didn't think about that before I ran random right up to that wall. But I'm sure it's fine. Everything's fine, right? Shoot, we have barely freed any civvies. We've got to push on left. My first instinct is to regroup, to buckle down on the threat until it's neutralized, but But, you know, at the same time, we're on a timer. We can't afford to do that. Not if we also want to prevent panic. So, Walrond, Tally, and Indy focus left. The rest will stay focused on right. Let's do this. Oh, shoot, right. Sorry, Indy. Psyon on the move. Oh, nice. Psyon 2. Moving to flank. And apparently having immediate second thoughts. You know what? I can work with that. Just need a slightly clearer shot. Yes, that works. Nice, Rook. Flank clear. Unless something else horrible happens, I think we can actually indulge in a capture op here. So that Nolan's sacrifice was not for naught. Come on, just gotta make sure we can get back in cover after. Cover clear. Target softened. Suppress. Hold. Really wish I hadn't left her out there, but that's fine. Pistol overwatch is fine, but we don't want rifle overwatch. Bring random up on the flank. Make sure we're clear. Free cap. Hunkered down behind tree. Prep for next round. He's gonna get one shot off on us. Really wish we still had Nolan's shield in the mix. Also Nolan. Check windows. Looks clear. And enemy in sight. Tally. Oh shit. Of course this guy's immediately blocking us. Just, hold. Hold. And Indy, we might need a medic here in a sec, bud. Okay. Fingers crossed. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? Fine. That's fine. And Walren's good. Lost a civvy, but we're still at break even, so I can't really complain. And I mean, just to be brutally honest, I'd rather lose a civilian than one of our own. Better that rando than our random, or our mark, or our tally, or our Walrend, or anyone else with the Xenonaut blues. Target acquired. Another captive in sight just past that wall there. 2 turns, that should be sufficient. Slightly concerned about our blind spots on right. Let's get Indy on that. And push. Oh, please. You've got to hit harder than that, man. Crap. I guess we could go for a stun shot. Mark, buddy, I'm really trying to understand. I'm really trying to understand your decision-making process here. But it's fine. It's the heat of battle. Sometimes people just have locomotives. Sucks we had to kill that guy, but hey. At least we're back on track. And even without the cap, this is still some solid training, so nothing to really rail against. Well, aside from the obvious. R.I.P. Nolan. But it had to start somewhere, I suppose. Far from our first, I'm sure. Honestly, I was increasingly flabbergasted with every episode we got through. With no casualties. Oh, shoot. We're not done. Okay. Guys, really? I mean, I'm gonna hope that means the office is clear, but I guess we'll find out momentarily. Ah, crap. Okay. That does make this slightly awkward. Yeah, this is our last turn. We could snag that captive, but that would expose Tally. These, though. These are safer bets. Let's grab these real quick. Yeah. I mean, in theory, we could grab 9 of 10. Minus the one we lost, of course. But still, 8. 8's not bad. Assuming we're willing to take that risk over there. Which, I don't know, man. After Nolan. Tally does have upgraded armor. Alright, we're gonna go for it. I'll just have to hope that all that lumber there will act as a sufficient barricade to keep Tally safe. Be free! Oh, and Indy. Clear the office. Office cleared. Here we go. Sorry, bud. Oh, shh. Okay, we have... Oh, my... Tally at 8% and bleeding out. With bloody even worse. Take him out. Nice tag. Oh, actually. Yes. And Scion capped. Okay. I mean, look, that was a terrible move on my part. By all rights, Bloody and or Tally should have bid it, but at least something good came of it. I mean, ultimately, in retrospect. Medic! Ultimately, in retrospect, each of those captives is only worth 2 panic. I guess, technically, a net swing of 4. Which can add up, but I don't think it's really worth risking a veteran. Especially not one carrying expensive equipment like Tally. If she had gone out, we would have also lost the 6 alloy invested in her shiny new armor. Which, on the bright side, did probably make the difference in keeping her alive there, so I mean, that's something at least. A small silver lining to this otherwise utter boondoggle. Or, an alinium lining? Is that what they called it? No, alinium's the crystals. This is... Yeah, that's right. Walk away. Ma'am? Guys. Alright, people, could we all just maybe stay away from the murderous killer alien? Let's wrap this up. This is getting silly. Target acquired. Ooh, can we go for another cap? Dare we go for another cap? Or should we just shoot this guy and be done with it? Yeah, let's go for it. Will I regret this decision? I sure hope not. Okay, we're good. I was just waiting for him to whip around and shoot Bloody in the face. All right, mission accomplished. 9 of 10 rescued, but 1 casualty after the fact. Scions encountered and 2 capped. Also grabbed a Secton soldier as a bonus. R.I.P. Nolan. This one's for you. Oh, wait. Nolan. Buddy, okay, Huh. I didn't realize people could survive being shot down in this game. When did that become a thing? Okay, good. Well, great. Just as planned. I clearly meant for that to happen. Everything worked out swimmingly. Every single part of this multifaceted plan played out exactly as intended. And who are you to question it? Honestly, though, with that reveal, this actually did go way better for us than it should have. I made 2, maybe 3 critical missteps there. And the RNG just decided to be kind. But, you know, we'll take it. Whew, boy, that was a roller coaster. Living quarters up in Excommunicado, so that raises our cap to 24. We're running on a skeleton crew out there right now. We'll have to bring in more recruits once we can actually afford it. Yeah, I see a couple of potential workable prospects here. Assuming they stick around long enough for me to actually hire them again. Again, we need to make sure we secure funds first. We also really need to upgrade more of our gear. New projects unlocked. Interrogation and autopsy for the Scion. 5 days left on quantum teleportation. Okay, yeah, let me just spot check some things here real quick. Oof, really cut it close with some of those. We've got to get that medical research done up too. Expedite those recoveries. Oh, so many moving parts to keep track of. All right, let's push the clock up a little. I'd like to at least finish our current project. Interceptor online. Let's get it equipped. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll do up another sidewinder. Yeah. We'll go ahead and get the auxiliary fuel tank fitted for now. And a new sidewinder under construction. Get this thing transferred over to Excommunicado. How far out are we from unlocking new interceptors? I don't want to invest too much cash into these things if we're unlocking new ones soon. Oh. And we have a new cleaner op. Cleaner leader. A cleaner leader has been identified visiting this area, personally coordinating an increase in local activity. Eliminating them will disrupt these plans, and may present opportunities to gather intelligence on the cleaners. What is that? Florida? Yeah, figures. Which I say, as a former Florida man myself, I can say that. That's in Phoenix Squad's neck of the woods, so I'm going to have to take some extra time to make sure they're locked and loaded and ready for this. Also got to make sure we tag in the Canuck this time. Get him out in the field. Though, perhaps not with that grenade launcher, maybe with a machine gun. That's it. Yeah, we'll hit the pause button for now. I will take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, and we will pick up here next time. As hopefully things go slightly smoother than they did today, but, you know, bumps and bruises aside, that could have gone way worse. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, V23, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.